Hey guys, this is it. This is the big rivalry match as we're up against Athletic Club Taipei, this time on the road. You might wonder why I consider this to be a rivalry match. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's gone on that you haven't really seen behind the scenes. We were in for a number of Taiwanese players over the most recent off season, and we were not able to get them because Athletic Club Taipei ended up winning them in the end. I know that Hangyuan technically are in second place. Those two teams are more or less even. This is the team I worry about more among the two, the team that I think probably has the best chance of knocking us off. And so as a result, we have our first team coming out here to play against them, and we'll see what we can do. My hope is that we can continue to have success and get some of those good players off of Athletic Club Taipei. Now, some of the better players that we've pulled in recently did originally play for them, and here, though, you see Huang Hongyi scoring the goal from the free kick for Athletic Club Taipei, and they're up 1-0 already. This is the first time all season that we've been behind in the league. And so they get a big scorcher of a free kick right from the start. That's what I'm talking about when I say that this is a big rivalry match. Let's see if we have it in ourselves to come back and to get something happening. Here is Nene with the free kick. Knocks it over, looking for Bomba. Can't find him. He ends up with Ndaye. Ndaye back behind. He's going to try to take it himself, and it wasn't really much of a shot. There was really not that much force on it. And so we end up having to wait and see what happens. It's Athletic Club Taipei again here with the ball after another free kick, and we have to see if we can't win it off of them. We're a good team, but every now and then when we find ourselves in these sort of big match type situations, we have some players who just seem to quiet down a little bit. Menegong runs right through his guy. That's one who definitely doesn't quiet down. Tsai Xiangwei just barely misses that shot. I'm not sure how he missed that one. I think the defender ended up getting that ball before him. Menegong was just incredible here. I want to take another look at this. I mean, so the guy's on him, and he does, a little bit of misdirection there, goes straight through him. That's Huang Hongyi who just scored the goal for Athletic Club Taipei. Actually, Tsai Xiangwei got onto that one first, but it ended up not really making a shot on it at all. Tsai Xiangwei now passes forward to Silla. Silla's there. Passes it back to Menegong. Menegong will work it up to Chen Chengju, whose shot, unfortunately for him, is a little bit up and high and off target. Still 1-0 for Athletic Club Taipei. We have another free kick. Now we're looking like we're getting into the element a little bit more. Silla back to Bomba. Bomba over to Tsai Ting. Limps is forward, intended for Silla, who's not that fast. This is the thing. He's fast. He's not that fast. And we're going to end up winning this back. It's Tsai Ting winning it in midfield again, and Ndaye comes down with it over to Nene, and there's Nene with the goal. 1-0 for Marzette, or 1-1, I'm sorry, is the tie score. And Nene has shown here that actually maybe he does like playing in big matches. It's possible that there were other problems going on before that prevented him from scoring. But right here, this is definitely a big match in the league. And he scores that goal like it's going out of style. Once he has that kind of room that you get if you have no striker, once he has that kind of room in the opponent's back, he can do amazing things with it. So here is Chu Li Wei again with the free kick for Athletic Club Taipei. It ends up being lumped on forward. Lai Bolun will pull this one in over to Zhou Hongyi. Zhou Hongyi, of course, is starting because Yu Wei, one of the players that we got, by the way, from Athletic Club Taipei, Yu Wei is suspended because of that red card. Here is Tsai Xiangwei with the shot, and their goaltender somehow managed to get a hand onto that one and knock it back. 1-1, we look like we're about to score again. Menegong with the corner, looking for Kader Bomba, and boy, that one was just off the top crossbar, out for a throw. That's probably going to be the end of the highlight here. Let's see. Yep. Nope, it's not. We're going to have another highlight as we pass forward. And Menegong goes over to win that one, back to Nene, over to Tsai Ting, down to Menegong. And his shot, unfortunately, is a little bit up and above everybody's head. He has shown, though, that he can score those, so you always have to, you don't want to discourage him from shooting like that. Tsai Ting lumps this forward looking for Nene, and Nene runs forward before the ball gets there. Kind of a foolish job by him, and this should have really been a goal from Athletic Club Taipei. Fortunately, Lai Bolun was there to catch that ball, but this looked really bad. Well, they had a guy who was probably offside most of the time. Huang Chuyuan ends up lining up offside, and I guess the game doesn't call it. So, make what you will out of it, but I do think in real life that probably would not be allowed. Nene over to Silla, down to Ndaye, and now we're on the break. Ndaye over to Tsai Xiangwei. Tsai Xiangwei's got a couple men. Over to Ndaye, and he passes it. It ends up with Nene, and it went right through Silla. That's who it was. Silla just sort of like stands there like he doesn't know what's going on. And Nene says, fine, I'll get number 2. And it's 2-1 now for Mars FC. This was a really, really unusual way to score this goal. Tsai Xiangwei is probably offside. Tsai Xiangwei has it here, passes to Ndaye, who lumps it forward, and Silla just doesn't go for it. I don't understand that. And Nene ends up grabbing that one, so he ends up cleaning up after the mess. 2-1 from Mars FC, and we're on top again. And here is yet again another corner. You can see there in the match momentum that we have definitely got control of this match in the end. Bomba's header, unfortunately, a little bit too high. But we have wrested control back away from Athletic Club Taipei, and we're doing a very good job now. Menegong goes back to get this, passes over to Lai Bolun, who lumps it forward, and unfortunately there's nobody there to get to it. So we are back to trying to play defense and try to get the ball off of them. We are just not able to, unfortunately. There's Menegong finally, and he wins it over to Silla. Silla to Chen Chengju, back to Menegong. And there's the pass forward to Silla, who's going to square it over to Tsai Xiangwei. That really should have been a goal, man. That should have been a goal from Tsai Xiangwei. Not sure how he didn't score that one. And Daye's shot is deflected up and over, so it's another corner for us. That was also a pretty impressive display. Menegong steps back, takes this corner, fires, and that ends up being over everybody's head, and it's caught by their keeper, who lumps it forward straight to Chen Chengju. And boy, that's a real difficult-looking challenge by Tsai Xiangwei. Fortunately, he didn't actually get his guy. So it's Silla here with his ball, and an excellent pass. Tsai Xiangwei gets onto that one, and I'm not sure how Cho Li Wei actually saved that. It looks like the game sort of had it bounce off of the line, because the way that he was jumping after that looked like he was never going to save it anyway. 2-1 still from Mars FC. Bomba with it over to Tsai Yuting. Down to Kader Bomba. Back to Tsai Yuting over to Ndaye. Ndaye lumps this one forward, looking for Silla. He's got him. Here comes Silla right side, back to Menegong, and we're going to set it up. Now Menegong moves forward a little bit over to Chen Chengju. Back to Kader Bomba. Bomba passes all the way back to Lai Bolun. I'm not sure why he didn't like what he saw, because I thought that it looked a little bit better than that. Zhou Hongyi lumps this forward from Ndaye over to Tsai Xiangwei, and then over to Nene, who had a chance for the hat trick, ended up being saved. And there's apparently a foul on Nene. I'm not quite sure exactly what that was from. Yeah, this was good. Ndaye heading over to Tsai Xiangwei and then over to Nene, who had that wicked shot. And unfortunately, that was going to be about the end of it right there. Then we have made it up to halftime. So let's take a look and see how things are going. We like what we're seeing so far, just looking for poor performances. I think Tsai Yuting hasn't exactly had the best game of his life. And then Tsai Xiangwei, up until those passes near the end, was having some struggles as well. But nothing to make us really too concerned. I mean, we're not seeing any players putting in like a 6.3 or something like that. So could always be worse. And the players are looking pretty happy. Chen Jianyang throws over to Tsai Xiangwei, back to Chen Jianyang, over to Tsai Yuting, who brings it out, looking for an angle, and takes a shot himself. He's not supposed to do that, but he does it anyway. Center backs, I guess, always want to be goal scorers and want to show you that they can score from way back in the back. So there you go. Still 2-1 from Mars FC. This is lumped forward, looking for Silla, and he can't quite get to it. And it's knocked back. It's Bomba who's going to win this one over to Ndaye. Ndaye with it. Brings it up forward, brings it up again, still Ndaye. He's going to cross. There it is to Silla, and he is fouled. It's going to be Nene with the penalty to get the hat trick, and here he comes. And there, oh no, Cho Li Wei ends up saving that one, and Nene, not exactly the best penalty in the world, just knocks it straight at the keeper. There is an argument that might have been a little bit too high anyway, might have gone over the top. So it ends up still 2-1 for Mars FC. Bomba's header is not quite on target. We have to watch out because they might be able to draw. Here's Menegong with another one looking forward. I'm not sure he was looking for it, but he wasn't there. Zhou Hongyi now finally within the back to Zhen Qianliang. And he doesn't really do much of anything with that. Playing at that left wing-back position, he just doesn't have the skill, doesn't have the speed and the ability needed. Tsai Xiangwei takes a shot, and that goes straight to Cho Li Wei, who's had a heck of a game. I think Cho Li Wei is one of those guys that we were trying to bring in, if I remember right. Tsai Yuting wins this over to Zhou Hongyi to Ndaye, back to Bomba. Says usually Hongyuan and Athletic Club Taipei, those are the two teams we like to try to go after their young players because they tend to get good ones. Chen Chengju passes back to Zhou Hongyi. Zhou Hongyi lumps this one forward. Now it's going to be Ndaye here, and he should have scored. Ndaye not scoring quite so much in that Segundo Volante role. I don't know if he fully realizes that it doesn't mean that he can't shoot. Because this normally would have been a pretty easy goal for Ndaye, and I mean, he's got everybody beat. He just has to take it down a little bit, and instead his shot is not quite on target. So we still have about 25 minutes or so left, and we could use another goal. And that was Silla's header, I think it was, that ends up going off the top crossbar this time. So we've had, I think, 3 that have hit off that crossbar so far. Silla with this again over to Menegong. Menegong will bring it up right side. And he just sort of, I don't know what that was. I don't know what he was trying to do with that. Try to take a shot from back there or something. I'm not sure. Not well advised. And here's Ndaye with the ball again. And he passes to Silla. Silla moves up to Tsai Xiangwei, down to Chen Jianliang, over to Tsai Xiangwei, who takes a shot, and that really should have gone in. That was very, very close, and he's looking for that top corner. So, again, Tsai Xiangwei, not exactly convincing me that he can play in big matches, as that Athletic Club Taipei free kick goes nowhere. Not convincing me of it, but he's also not playing extraordinarily poorly. So we'll see what happens. And we have not yet. Nope, Tsai Xiangwei comes up with a big interception, is going to bring this forward to Silla. It was, in theory, going to be a counterattack, but then we slowed it down. And Ndaye here now. Now it's a counter again. And Chen Jianliang just not quite skilled enough once again to get over to that ball. But fortunately, Lai Bolun is able to go back and do the sweeper-keeper thing. And he goes to Zhou Hongyi, passes that forward over to Tsai Xiangwei. And he didn't see it. He had Silla behind the defense, and now he gets it to Silla, who takes a shot from a poor angle. And so, yeah, I mean, Tsai Xiangwei, again, not exactly having the game of his life. Menegong here will take this corner, and he's going to wait a second here to cool things out. Puts it up, not quite happening. Then he goes back over to it. Ends up being a header from Zhou Hongyi that's just over and off the top. And it really should have been 3-1 here. I think we've had a number of chances here that have gone begging, unfortunately. And Ndaye wins this over to Nene, who lumps this forward over to Silla. Silla can't quite get there in time. But it's going to be Zhou Hongyi coming from out of nowhere over to Chen Chengju, then to Cai Yuting. And, yeah, that's a little bit too far for Silla. I think everybody knows that Silla has the ability to run that fast, but he can't always get there. Zhou Hongyi over to Chen Jianliang. Chen Jianliang now plays with a little bit back to Zhou Hongyi. Zhou Hongyi will lump it to Ndaye. Ndaye over to Tsai Xiangwei. This is good. And he takes a shot, and that forces a good save. So it's a corner again for us. And we didn't see the first one, apparently, but we'll see this one. Here's Menegong taking this corner this time. Still 2-1 Mars FC. We could use another goal. Menegong steps back, waits a little bit, and then he's going to approach here. Here he comes, and he fires over for Cai Yuting, and can't quite get it to him. And now we've got to play defense. So let's get back. It's Huang Chuyuan, one of those guys who I always have nightmares about. And it ends up being lumped forward for him, and our defense is not there in time, and there's the equalizer. That was really, really poor by our defense. I'm not sure who that was who played so poorly in the back, but we may need to make a substitution here because that was awful. That was awful. So he shouldn't be able to get such a good angle on this, and it's Zhou Hongyi. And he had a feeling that it was going to be him. It's Zhou Hongyi who's kind of, running softly forward, trying to get back onto that one. 2-2 is the score right now, and Zhou Hongyi is going to probably come off. Cai Yuting actually is the one having the really, really poor match. We will put Liu Chunjie on for Cai Yuting, who's not playing well at all, and see what we can do here at the end. So let's see what we can do. We only have a few minutes left, and we really, really could use, let's see, this is not what we won. We could really use well, I can't shout anymore. We could use a little bit more because we want to win this match and not lose it. And that is goal from Liu Bohao for the potential game winner there. And who was way out of position? Are they going to say that our keeper was out of position? Let's see here. Yeah, the keeper's way out of position. No, they're right about that. And that was just really, really poor. And so we need to get some sort of equalizer here, or we're going to make the season much harder than it needs to be. And it looks like time is up, and that was pretty poor. So look out for a couple pretty angry words there in the locker room. We had a 4.01 XG. We should have won this match. So big fines are coming on our way, and I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye.